What is going on, guys? Thank you for joining me. Welcome back to another episode of Creating a Legacy with FC United of Manchester. Now we are here ready for Season 3 to kick off, and we're on the transfer screen. As you can see, we have made some transfers. 32,000 spent. I'm actually happy with the players that have come in. Now, game 1, please be patient. I'm currently building a new tactic. I genuinely think the first few games are going to be a struggle to adapt to the tactic, but I think in the long run, this tactic will get us promoted this season. So let's go through the signings I've actually made this summer. So the first one is Joe Ward. Now, as you see, 33 games, 24 goals for Gloucester. As I said last episode, I needed a goalkeeper, brilliant. I needed a striker, and I needed somebody who was scoring goals, who was actively scoring goals, and this guy finished, I think he was second top goal scorer in the division last season. So I'm fairly happy with his stats. I think he's a decent player, especially for this level. I think he's going to do well, so I brought him in on a free. The next person is a loan signing. He's about my fourth choice, defence midfielder stroke centre midfielder, Chris Gallagher. Happy with him. I think he's a decent player on loan from Shrewsbury. The next person to come in is Scott Leather, one of the central defenders. Really happy with him again. I mean, if we just go on the defensive stats, he's got really good defensive stats, nothing less than 8. So I think he's going to do well. Also, he can play right across the back line, which is nice. The next one, I brought in Jay Lynch. Now, why did I bring in Jay Lynch? I needed a backup goalkeeper, and he was Salford's first choice. Now, this might sound bad, but I thought, gives them a little dig, drops them down a bit. They were struggling, had to go and find a goalkeeper, and we have a backup. He's actually third choice. Sounds even worse. The next guy I brought in is Sam Cox. Now, ignore the star rating, 2.5 star. This guy's awesome. I mean, he's going to be playing in the defence midfield position. Then mentals, honestly, this is what we need. Somebody who's going to sit, who's going to do a job, and who's going to do it well. And I genuinely think this is the guy for us. So delighted to bring him in. I spent 14,000 on him, but I think he's worth it. The next guy is a man I've been tracking since season 1, Phil Turnbull from Darlington. Fantastic stats, really good player, good passer, good work rate on him, good player, just all round happy to have him at the club. Next player is Zach Mills. Now, this guy is a great player, great central defender, great fullback. For this level, I think he's going to do a great job. Really excited to have him in at the club. And again, somebody I spent money on. I spent 12,000, but I gained that back in some pre-season games. And the money I've spent, it was earned within a day, so it was no issue there. The next person's cost me 6,000. This is one for the future. 17 years old. Centre midfielder, he's got some really good stats, and I genuinely think I can develop this guy into something special, so let's stay tuned to see how this guy does. The next guy I brought in is a striker, Jason Gilchrist. Not a panic buy, but if people followed on Twitter, you'd have seen I've genuinely spent about 8 hours on pre-season trying to find players. This is somebody my scouts picked up a lot earlier in the season. And I knew about him, but I didn't fancy him because he wasn't scoring a shed load for Hendersford. But we've struggled to bring anyone else in, so I've brought him in. He's got decent stats. He's going to probably be playing the deep line playmaking, you'll see why. And the final signing is our new number 1 goalkeeper for this season, always improving. Third season, third number 1 goalkeeper. 22 years old, Australian. Brought in on a free. Former club was Burnley, and I genuinely think this guy is an awesome keeper. Hopefully he's going to do well for us. Fingers crossed. As you see, he took part in Beast Mode, which was a pre-season competition that we run. So we've got on the schedule, so as you can see, we started off with Queen of the South away. Then we had the FC01 warm-in with Aston Villa, Liverpool, Newcastle. That paid for all of our signings. After that, we had the Broadhurst Party, which was Burnley, QPR, and one other club, West Ham. So again, that paid for the compensation fees, etc. After that was Everton under-21s, Carlton, Shinfnal. Then we played Harrogate and TNS. We finished in 3rd place in that. Then Trafford, which we rested quite a lot of players. Then Assafair and Denbigh, which were the first 2 games we brought this new tactic in, guys. So against Gloucester today, we are trying this new tactic. So let's, first off, I'll just show you the finances. As you can see, we've gained 367,000 this season. Now, last season we made a loss, but if you remember, we spent 650k on new youth facilities, so it's expected we made a loss. By the way, kits, because the club in real life always runs for 2 years with the same kits, we do it as well. So same kits this year. I will change next season. Tactics. Okay, so here we are. As you can see, we are playing a wing-back formation. Now, why are we doing this? Well, Linfield finished as our best player, top goal scorer, top assists. So I really wanted to find a slot for him. But if I scroll down, you will see we only had one more winger in Johnny Gorman. So, and we have a lot of centre midfielders. I mean, on the bench we have Garden. Sorry, not even on the bench we have Garden. We have Osborne. We have Gallagher. We have Turnbull. We have Howard. We have Ray. Then we've got Ellison and Stone on the bench. So it made sense to look for a tactic that fit that in. Luto can play well as a left wing back, and Linfield is already qualified as a right wing back. Then we have a couple of good centre midfielders. We have Zach Mills, Dugdale and Leather. The 2 of them we brought in, and we have Thomas Cruz on the bench, and I'm looking for another central defender, hopefully an actual first choice central defender. Also, this tactic means we can use John Rooney in the advanced playmaker in the attacking midfielder role, which is perfect, fits really well. And Hugh Johnson in the centre midfield again fits really well. Cox is better here, but playing in this role, in fact, I don't want him deep line playmaker, I want him just as that in this role. His deep line playmaker is for when people like Ellison play, who were slightly better on the ball, and Osborne also were playing that role. So we're playing Gilchrist and Ward up front. We have Honoru up front on the bench. Now, I'm looking for another striker and a central defender. Just so you guys know, by the next episode, we should have one more striker in and a central defender. Then I genuinely think we set. So, what I found was structured worked as well in the second half of the last game. So, let's get into today's game. As I've said, we're away from home in our first game, competitively testing this tactic. So, let's give it some time. I'm going to try to stay positive because it is going to take some time to bed in. And I genuinely have a good feeling. We've brought in some good players. We're still lacking in central defence and up front in terms of numbers. Now, what I will say is Tom Pierre from Chester, I'm desperately trying to bring him in. A great player at this level, great stats, great record. Trying to bring him in. He's only 20, but free kick on the edge of the box, it's gone over. But they want 110,000, and I'm not paying that. I'm not paying that. I'll keep offering about 40. I think that's a reasonable amount at this level, but they keep saying no, so unfortunately I can't bring him in. I tried to sign Knowles also from Harrogate, the guy who finished top goal scorer last season, but he has no interest in joining us at all. Rooney gets into Gilchrist. Gilchrist, he gets off to Ward. Ward has a shot, hits Gilchrist. Great teamwork. Johnson. But I am happy with the signs we brought in, especially halfway through pre-season. We genuinely were struggling to try to get players in, so we pushed on the last few weeks. Rooney, fires it over. But as you see there on the side, you might see here, Chester have gone down. So Chester are at this level, which again makes 110,000 from their players just insane. Especially when he's valued at 20k, by the way, guys. Hugh Johnson, ball in. Gilchrist, back to Johnson. Rooney, unlucky, come on. Right. That's got us through the half time. That was really quick, guys. It wasn't really anything to talk about. But let's check the stats, see exactly how things are going in terms of the opposition. So I still like this screen. See key passes here. Tom Bird. And also you will see he's gone off. That's nice. Lewis Hall. Bird and Hall. What do these say? Nothing. So Lewis Hall on the left wing is actually... Make sure we just crunch into him. Where's Bird? Okay, so it does appear down the left they're doing well. One of the guys is winning a lot of headers, and the other guy is passing the ball well, and he's had a few key passes as well. Doug Dale, Tim Mills. Now notice how centre backs spread out quite wide. I would like them a bit tighter, but it appears I can't get that. They literally just keep pulling wide. It's not bad, it's just I think it might cause us issues at some point. Cox with the ball over. Gilchrist gets back to Linfield. Linfield ball into Rooney. Good shot, unlucky. Hugh Johnson though picks it up, recycling play. Gets that back down the wing to Luto. Luto in. Has anything changed so far? This guy's making lots of mistakes. Bosch. Tell you what we're going to do. Where's he playing? He's playing the defensive midfield as well. I'm going to target him even more. See if we can actually get him to slip up so much that it actually costs them and gives us a goal. Going to bring on Bram for Cox. Just because he's got better passing ability, and I feel like we are actually controlling the game enough that we can try to see if we can pass it around just a little bit more. We've still got obviously the substitution up front we can make. Yes! Get in there, Joe Ward on his debut. That is FC United 1, Gloucester 0. Rooney's linking well, I like that. Gilchrist spreads it, Linfield's getting up nice. Ball across to Rooney, to Johnson, to Luto. Johnson, oh beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Linfield, pick a good one. Rooney, oh, we played nice, right? Hugh Johnson's already played 6.4, so I'm going to bring on Stones. I'm going to drop Rooney back into the centre midfield as a deep line playmaker, and Stone as the advanced playmaker support. Charlie Stone is now one of our better players. In fact, I will just quickly bring up his stats. As you can see there, his stats are just developing so nicely. Still only 17, guys. Still only 17. We're coming to the 70th minute. Wing backs are getting a bit tired, but we are weak in that position still. Don't lose it there. Don't lose it there. Come on. He's put it over. He's put it over. Right, Rooney spreads it to Gilchrist. Gilchrist to Stone. Stone with the ball over to Ward. Ward takes beautiful first touch. Oh! It's going to be Rooney with the set piece with Johnson off. Let's pretend that didn't happen. I'm going to bring on Cruz at left wing back just because Luto's getting tired and Cruz can play there. He's defensive minded as well, so he should do well defensively in these last few minutes. I'm just going to go defensively just to make sure the guys know to tighten up. Cruz, nice ball out to be fair. Ellison to Linfield, this is nice. Get a good ball in. Edge of the box to Ellison. To Stone. To Ward. Oh. Delighted with how we're playing. Beautiful football. Beautiful football. If we can get these extra players and just give us a bit more depth in defence and up front. So I've been searching for a few. Dan Maguire tried to get from Blythe. He wasn't interested. That's a goal kick. Hopefully we can bring some more players in and have good quality anyway. See what we can get done. Linfield, Gilchrist, Back to Linfield, nice. Unlucky, he's lost it. Get back, get back, get back. Leather to Ellison. Rooney. Sloppy. Just pass it simple. No need for the sloppiness. Kim. Over the top. Mills wins it. Nice. Get back in position. Parker. Yale. Linfield. Nice ball. Oh, come on, lads. Come on. Blow the whistle. Blow the whistle. Ball in. Keeper's got it. Yes. 1-0 victory. Clean sheet as well. Opening game of the season, which is nice. That puts us in 7th. Bit early to be looking, but still. Give the league a chance to settle down, I think, guys, and we will come back for the Boston United at home on the 2nd of September. But thank you for watching. Please leave a like, please subscribe, and I will see you next time.